This is Falcon Radio 91.1 WKCS Knoxville.
Welcome to the Falcon Nation Information Show. I am Marcellus Jackson. We are here to give you some information about Fulton High School. We will have special guests including the principal, Mr. Smith, and teachers and students. We will also have the school announcements and also inform you on some of our active sport. And now it is time for our Falcon Nation Information Show.
Welcome back to the Falcon Nation Information Show on WKCS 91.1 FM. We have, who is it, Jordan now?
Jordan
On the Fulton announcements. Take it away.
Tuesday afternoon, seniors from the class of 2021 presented speeches in the audition process to determine who would speak at the graduation ceremony in May. A panel of teachers selected the 3 finalists, and they are Autumn Manning, Cedric Roach, and Dylan Tipton. Congratulations to those who were selected, and a job well done to all those who participated. Seniors, please check your class of 2021 Canvas page for your new scholarship opportunities that have been recently posted. They are also listed on Fulton's website. The Young Writers Institute will be held on Saturday, February 27, sponsored by the University of Tennessee. This day of workshops is free and held virtually this year. Learn about creative writing, including poetry, dialogue, young adult fiction, and more. See any English teacher for help signing up. There is big news from the library. The library is no longer charging fines for overdue books, so return those long-lost overdue books and check out new ones. Tutoring is available for all students in the library on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 3:30 to 5, on Wednesdays from 2 to 3:15. Teachers from all core subjects and trio staff will be available to help you with work. Our college of the week is Tennessee State University of HBCU in Nashville. TSU has been more than 100 student clubs, organization, club sports, and intramural teams. TSU was founded in 1912. TSU's downtown campus is located in the heart of downtown Nashville and is within easy walking distance of the Central Business and Government District. And TSU sports teams are a member of the Division I Ohio Valley State Conference. The Fulton basketball teams play at home tonight against Oak Ridge. The girls play at 6 p.m. and the boys play at 7:30. We are still under attendance restrictions from the state. Check out the WKCS Radio Twitter page for more details and a link of our live broadcast. You can get more updates on everything going on at Fulton High School at our website, knoxschools.org/Fulton High School. We are also on Facebook and Twitter at Fulton High. You are listening to the Falcon Nation Information Show on WKCS Radio. We will be back in a moment.
Thank you very much, Jordan. We'll be back with our interview with Mr. Smith in just 1 minute.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi. I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
Well, before I left my campsite, I was putting out my fire, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear showed up and hugged me?
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. He likes it when people correctly put out their campfires. He's pretty big on wildfire prevention. He's just letting you know you did good with a hug. He's a hugger.
I just got a bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
All right, I'm going to let you go now. I've got a lot of ranger stuff to do. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service Ad Council and your state forester.
Today, my new dad threw a barbecue.
Today, my new son and I threw a barbecue.
There were burgers and chicken.
I burnt everything. The burgers, the chicken, the salad.
They were delicious.
They were awful.
And then we had watermelon.
I'm allergic to watermelon.
And then we played catch.
I broke Mr. Lewis's window, Mrs. Wakeham's window, Mrs. Wakeham's windshield. And then, somehow, my hand. My hand!
And then my dad even let me drive his car.
The hospital's on the right! It was a rough day.
It was a great day.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't seen your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
You are listening to WKCS Knoxville, a proud participating station in High School Radio Day. For more information, visit highschoolradioday.com.
Hi, I'm Hillary Duff. As a mom, I'm proud to support the March of Dimes in helping more women have full-term pregnancies and healthy babies. That's why I walk in March for Babies. The money we raise funds research and local programs that help babies overcome the challenges of premature birth and birth defects. Sign up today at marchforbabies.org. Together, we can help make healthier babies possible for thousands of families.
Different is good. That's why we're Falcon Radio, 91.1 WKCS Knoxville.
Welcome back to the Falcon Nation Information Show on 91.1 WKCS Radio. We have a little bit of a scarce screw today. It's some people aren't here, so it's just me and you today, Mr. Smith.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so one thing we gotta talk about. What is it like as like the average day for a principal of a high school?
All right, so typical day, I think, for me, I like to get out and about and, pop into classrooms, support teachers, interact with students. I'd like to say my day is not filled with a bunch of meetings, but part of the job we do have to meet and plan. But I like to get here early. I typically get here, around 7:30. It's not super duper early, but, the building's kind of quiet and it allows me to kind of, drink a cup of coffee, get ready for the day, plan out my day. But my job is to support teachers as they provide high quality instruction to our students. So it's a day filled with popping in classrooms, again, interacting with students. I got into this job because I wanted to impact kids in a positive way. So I can do that from my office, but I just can't do that very effectively. So I want to be out and about and engaging with kids. Super excited today, just kind of even a little insight into today. We've got a meeting coming up this afternoon with Dr. Plowman, the chancellor at UT Knoxville. So I'm really excited about that. It's an opportunity honestly, for me to get to know her a little bit better, hopefully for her to get to know me, but more importantly, I want to talk about all the wonderful things that are going on at Fulton High School, and for me to learn more about the flagship scholarship is an outstanding opportunity for our students, an opportunity to go to UT pretty much basically free of charge. It's just an outstanding opportunity. So I want to tell her things we're doing and just an opportunity to sit down and talk with her. So excited about that. And then, again, a little more insight. Then we've got a couple of meetings. We've partnered with an organization called Instruction Partners, and they are helping us provide instructional support and coaching. Right now, this year, we focused on English 9, Algebra 1, and we are adding English 10 starting hopefully next week. So they've allowed us an opportunity to coach our teachers, get in those classrooms, and provide what we call coaching cycles. So it's kind of a pre-conference meeting, talk about the lesson, look at what's being taught. Our focus on instruction is that it's Tier 1 instruction. And what does that mean? It means that it's standards aligned and on grade level for our students. And then they video their lesson in the days of COVID. They're not coming physically into the building. We watch that lesson. There's a little feedback meeting between the evaluator, which would be one of our administrators, and our contact with instruction partners, and we look at the evidence from the lesson. And then we have a kind of a post-conference with the teacher, and we do some goal setting. It's been really positive. To date, we've been able to provide almost 40 extra instructional coaching opportunities for our English 9 and Algebra 1 teachers, so I'm really excited about that. But it's a busy day. Time flies. I love, getting here. Most days it seems like I blink and it's, 3:30 and the bell has rung and kids are rushing out to get on the bus. And then I always talk about like the 3:30 calm. If you walked around the school at 3:31, it's going to feel completely different than it did just an hour earlier. So there's still work to be done. Teachers are still planning and working, but pretty busy days. But I enjoy what I do, and I love where I'm doing it. So it's a pretty good combination.
So is it self-prevalent that that coffee keeps you going in the morning and gets you through the day?
I'm a 2 cups of coffee guy. I'll have one on the way to work, and then I get one while I'm here, and then I'm done with the coffee. Then I transition to water or Diet Coke for the day. So I'm trying to drink more water, less Diet Coke. Just trying to do that. But yeah, the coffee kind of gets me up and going in the mornings for sure.
Yeah, it's obviously a lot of people like the Diet Coke, especially Mr. Mays likes to crack one open in the morning sometimes. It always sometimes his morale's a little low in the morning. As soon as all you hear is that Coke, and he's up and at 'em. He's going at it. But so we have some basketball game tonight with the boys and the girls. So with your outstanding predictions, what do you think the score will be on those 2 games?
All right. So the Falcons play Oak Ridge. I'll go back just a touch. This is one of East Tennessee's great rivalry games. The Fulton Oak Ridge game always takes place at the end of the year. Honestly, the Falcons have their hands full on both sides, the girls and the boys. It'll be a great test. One thing, I don't want to speak for Coach Howell and Coach Wright, but you schedule games like this to get ready for postseason play. And if you can compete, hopefully come out victorious, but compete, you're going to get better on games like tonight. So I think the Lady Falcons will have the ball with under 10 seconds to go in the game, and I believe we will hoist up a 3-pointer at the buzzer to win by 1 point. I'm going to call the Lady Falcons by a point on a last-second shot. It'll be pure excitement, which I would tell anybody, if you have not watched a Lady Falcons basketball game and seen Coach Howell in action, it's a treat, all right? So he burns more calories coaching than most human beings do in a week. So he's very animated and passionate. The Falcons have their hands full as well. Aaron Green is the coach at Oak Ridge. Played at UT. He's done a tremendous job there. Had a lot of success. Well-coached team. They probably have more size than we do, which isn't too odd these days. The Falcons are going to get it rolling. I think the press will be effective. It'll eventually wear down on the Wildcats, and the Falcons will win going away. It'll be kind of nip and tuck through the fourth quarter, but the Falcons will pull out a 4-point victory tonight. So I'm going to call 2-0 for the Falcons tonight, and really a fun night of basketball. Looking forward to seeing that. And then district tournament play starts next week, so that's when it really counts. The basketball season, it's all about postseason success and opportunity. So looking forward to our girls and boys, and like I told them the other day, let's get on a little run and let's take it as far as we can.
Yeah, because I know we made it pretty far last year, wasn't it? Was it last year or year before last that we made it? The boys especially made it really far.
Yeah. Now last year we lost to Greenville in a sub-state game. The boys at Greenville, which Greenville's loaded. They've got an excellent boys basketball team. Their girls are really good too. And the girls are bouncing back this year and having tremendous success. But, I would say, again, if you, over the last, 30-plus years, the Fulton boys basketball team has been the most successful program in East Tennessee for sure, and you would be hard pressed to find a team with more sustained success over a 30-year period. It's been really impressive. And we've talked a little bit on the show with the boys. It's been fun to watch them grow, again, very young. But honestly, the girls are super. Play an exciting brand of basketball. They've come together. They play extremely hard. They've kind of got all the pieces. We've got some, girls that can handle the ball. Got some girls that can shoot the ball, have some athleticism. Our post play for the girls is really strong. So, I think Coach Howell obviously feels really good heading into the postseason. The thing with postseason basketball, you never know. You have a bad night and your season's over. So the finality of it all can make it pretty intense. So, again, I'm really excited, to watch us play.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready for us to take it to state one year. I want at least one of the years I'm here. I hope one of us takes it to state or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
But we always do this a little bit. We get off topic a little bit. So I was wondering, what was your first ever job?
Wow. My first job, I worked at Kroger. Back then, I don't know if they call them courtesy clerks. I was a courtesy clerk. That's a fancy term for a bag boy. And I worked at the Knox Plaza, Kroger. I worked there for about a year and a half. I did work my way up to cashier. I was feeling pretty good. I think minimum wage then was like $3.25, I believe. But I enjoyed that. It taught me some responsibility. I kind of did that in the summer, and in between some athletic seasons, I got a job there and worked. So it was good for me. It's always fun to make a little bit of money. So that was nice. I'm trying to think from Kroger. I mean, I worked there throughout high school, kind of off and on, honestly. So I worked at the athletic house in college. That was it's no longer in existence. They had an athletic house on the Strip, the Cumberland Strip. And so actually, one of my dear or best friends in college was the manager there. So he said, "Hey, you want a job?" I said, "Sure." So I sold tennis shoes, learned to string some rackets. We did like the screen T-shirts. It was a fun job for college. It was in a good location, so that was a fun place to work.
It always seems like a lot of kids are getting jobs at like Kroger's, like straight across the street or something like that. I especially I think it's like 4 or 5 students here work there. There's probably more of them. I just don't know exactly who they are. But Kroger always seems like it's a definite job that a lot of people get here.
I think when you're young and you can have an opportunity to work and kind of learn some responsibility and time management and some financial responsibility, I think you go into an opportunity where you quickly realize, I've got to serve other people. I've got to do things for others, and I think it builds your confidence. We've seen that through the years with young adults in school that are able to get a job and do some of those things. I wish that no kid had to work and that they could go home, and that was not a reality, but it is, and I don't think it's a bad thing. To do that a little bit. Hopefully you have time to study in there as well, but a little time to work is great.
Yeah, it's especially having a job that you work on 20+ hours a week in high school. It's definitely hard because upcoming, we switched to five practices a week for the baseball season next week, and then I also will work throughout the week, and I have school. So it's going to be tasking, but if we can keep it going, that's it'll be worth it in the end.
And I do think with kids also like staying busy. We would stress here for any kid to be involved in extracurricular activities. I probably said that on this show before, but I would want every kid to be involved in something outside of their 4 classes. Get involved with a club, an organization, an athletic team. Something again that kind of gets you engaged with other kids. It gets you with like-minded students. So I think that's extremely important. Now, if you have school, practice, and a job, your day is packed. So again, that time management comes into play. How do you handle that? You got to get some sleep. You got to get rest, and you got to be prepared. If you can handle all those things and maintain your academic performance, or even academic excellence, then I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, especially having a job and everything like that. I can definitely say that having a job has made maturity come very quickly. It's like it teaches you money management, time management, and it teaches you all these other skills. Especially, it also helps with social skills and everything like that. Having a job in not retail, but Home Depot, it's kind of retailish and everything. It's a little
Are
weird.
you working at Home Depot?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a fun job sometimes, but I mean, then sometimes there's those customers that'll just get you.
So what is the difference between Home Depot and Lowe's? You work at Home Depot.
There's a big difference.
Is there?
All right, so the biggest difference is the quality of service. I go to Lowe's, no, they're nowhere near as good. And also the tools we sell there, little secret, the tools that we sell there are better than the ones they sell at Lowe's, because they have these little bits in them that just make them last a little bit longer. That little bit longer will make you that little bit extra money.
Hey, that's good.
But
I'm a Home Depot guy, but I'm sold now for sure. Home Depot.
And also I like the color of Lowe's, but I mean I think Home Depot gets them a little bit.
Okay.
How prideful everyone is, and also orange Tennessee.
Yeah,
it kind of goes with it.
The color scheme is important.
Oh yeah, color schemes. That's probably the most important part about it. I mean, if Lowe's was purple and yellow, I'd go Lowe's for sure.
Okay.
We could make a compromise, but is there any other questions you need?
Oh, buddy, I'm good unless you've got some for me. I'm just excited about the day and looking forward to the weekend. Monday is an in-service day, so students are out of school. Staff will engage in some professional development. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to getting through another week and another semester.
For sure. I don't have anything, only if we had some more people to ask you some questions here today.
Hey, that's okay.
No, but thank you very much for coming on this morning, and we'll be back with the sports segment.
All right, thank you.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear hug.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, dry brush and leaves around, so, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Different is good. That's why we're Falcon Radio, 91.1 WKCS Knoxville.
For the thousands of wounded warriors returning from battle, Wounded Warrior Project has developed the Warriors to Work program, a unique program that helps wounded warriors translate their military experience to the civilian workplace. The Warriors to Work program also works with companies to find the right job for the right warrior. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
Falcon Radio 91.1 WKCS Knoxville. Falcon Radio 91.1.
Are you tired of changes? Wish the world didn't move quite so fast? Well, here's another change for you. WKCS has a new email. What? So go get you a pencil and paper. But while you're getting that, enjoy this.
Hit it, Murphy.
Okay, here it is. WKCS@knoxschools.org. Email us anytime. Tell us how we're doing. Request a song. Whatever. You just want to say hi. That's cool too. But now, do it at WKCS@knoxschools.org.
Falcon Radio 91.1 WKCS Knoxville.
The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Tennessee, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard. Always do your best. And if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Tennessee Secondary School Athletic Association and the Tennessee Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
This is a public service announcement test from TakeMeFishing.org to determine if you need a fishing license and boat registration before heading out on the water. Let us begin. Are you a bear? Do you have a beak? Do you have plumage? Please tell me you answered no, which means you need to get a fishing license and have your boat registered, because it helps local conservation efforts protect the very natural resources you enjoy boating and fishing in for generations to come. Do your part at TakeMeFishing.org.
Welcome back to the 91.1 WKCS Radio Falcon Nation Information Show, and we are doing these sports segments today, talking about a little bit of basketball and everything in between. Mr. Mays, so what was the final score on the Halls game yesterday for the girls?
Yeah, the Lady Falcons won last night over Halls 77-69, so that's a very good win for the Fulton Lady Falcons. They now have a record of 16-5 on the year. They'll finish in second place in district play, so they'll be the number 2 seed going into the district tournament. So it's been a really good year for the Lady Falcons, a very exciting team to watch. That was just a girls-only game because they were able to play a girls' junior varsity game as well, just to get some other players some more experience. So I consider that to be a pretty impressive win for the Lady Falcons, who have gotten hot here in the last couple of weeks.
So is it Alcoa that got pushed up to the number 1 seed this year?
Yeah, Alcoa has a really good team, and Fulton, the girls have played them close for a couple of quarters, and then it just kind of gets away from them probably about midway in the third quarter. It's kind of been the same scenario in both of those games. So Lady Falcons are pretty young this year. Of course, Sammy Taylor is the fine freshman player that's been nominated for Player of the Week on a couple of occasions, and a pretty good supporting cast around her that's made this team really go. So I think the Lady Falcons have a chance to be successful come tournament time. It's a very tough region. When you look forward to the region side of things, in addition to the district tournament, you're going to have to beat Alcoa if you want to win the district championship. And then over in the region, you have Northview Academy, which I think's only lost one game all year long. They've beaten Alcoa twice this year when they've played, so that's going to be a team to watch for when it gets to region tournament time. But I think it's exciting that the Lady Falcons have such a young team. Only, I believe, two seniors on the team, and I think there's a lot of hope for the future that maybe the Lady Falcons can get on another run and make it back to the state tournament like they did a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, especially I heard from especially like Shania and everything like that Alcoa has been like a team that's like they do the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just routine for them that they stay on track the straight game and everything like that. They don't go out there and try and do anything fancy. They go out there and they do what they're supposed to do, and they keep their job done.
They execute really well, and they don't give you a lot of room to make mistakes. And good basketball teams are that way, that if you make mistakes, they're going to take advantage of it. And that's kind of what's happened for Fulton is, you have a couple of turnovers, and Alcoa gets points off those turnovers, and all of a sudden the game that you're in all of a sudden goes from, you may be down 2 or 4 points, and all of a sudden you're down double digits, and then they just bury you at that point. So Fulton's got to take care of the basketball, and they've got to make some shots around the basket. Sometimes that's been one of the bugaboos for the Lady Falcons this year is when you get the ball around the basket, you've got to put it in.
Yeah, I know I've seen that's been like a little bit of a problem this year. It's not like a terrible thing, because I mean we do have you said it was a 16-5 record
Yeah.
so far. We've definitely been playing our hearts out and
Yeah.
wearing our heart on our sleeve. It's just, especially I feel like one thing that we have a problem with, and that's in every sport, is you get down by a reasonable amount of points and you kind of just tilt your head down and you leave it. But like, you always got to have that person to keep the morale up and pick everybody up off the ground and put them back in the game and everything.
You know,
like
one
that.
of one of the games that Fulton lost this year was to Cosby, which has an outstanding team. They're a Class Single A school, but they're a really good basketball team. And I think Fulton at one point was down by double digits early in the game, come back and took the lead and had a double-digit lead, and then Cosby came back to win it. I believe that game wound up in overtime, but if I'm not, it was right down to the wire. Anyway, it all runs together. All these games run together after a while. But the Lady Falcons have the athleticism, and with the defensive pressure that they can put on teams, they can force turnovers. So really, no lead is safe. You just have to keep grinding and battling away and try to get on a roll. And I think if the Lady Falcons against a team like Alcoa has got to be able to do that. Just get some momentum and use that defense to force some turnovers to get back in the ball game. So Oak Ridge tonight's going to be a tough battle for the Lady Falcons, because that's one of the best AAA teams in East Tennessee. So this is going to be a big battle.
Yeah, especially with Mr. Smith saying that they're going to hit the 3-point buzzer beater tonight. If one day we do this and he calls it perfectly for both teams, it's gonna be framed up or something like that on something, and we're gonna have to save it and make it a memorial or something.
Maybe we'll give him a free lunch from the cafeteria.
I think we should do something like that where we go around and we ask the teachers like the suspected score of the game or something like that, and if they get it right on, then let's say free lunch or something like that.
That's a good idea. We need to let's put that on our list of things to do upcoming. That'd be fun to do during football season, next football season as well. Let's remember that.
Yeah, it's one of these people better call in and remind us next year. Hopefully, not curse us out one more time before the year ends. But is there anything else on there like wrestling or anything we got?
Well, the wrestling looks like the region tournament is coming up tomorrow. And that will be I believe that is the duels, what they call the duels, which is the individual. So you have the team competition, and then you have the individual where they compete at each weight class. And, of course, Seth Vaughn and DeRondre Peebles are having outstanding years, and those are guys that have made the state tournament in the past and are going to try to get back. So the top 4 of each weight class advance to the state tournament. So that'll be at Elizabethton tomorrow, and I think that's why Cassie's not here today, because I think they were going up there to kind of get ready. They had to go to get ready for the matches tomorrow. So good luck to the Falcons wrestling team. That's exciting, and that program has really gotten better and better each year, and we've got some really good wrestlers in the school. Of course, a couple of years ago we had a state champion in Elijah Davis, who was one of the best wrestlers in all of the state of Tennessee, and some of these guys we've got now are pretty good too. So hopefully they'll have a good run at the state tournament. Boys game also tonight against Oak Ridge in basketball, and we'll have the broadcast beginning at 6 o'clock with the girls game, and it'll be on 91.1 FM. Corbin Carver will be coming back to do the play-by-play tonight, and then we'll also have the video broadcast. Hopefully we'll be up on our YouTube channel, so just search for WKCS Radio on YouTube, where you can see this show, the daily announcements we do, some other features that we have, and then the live broadcast of our ball games. So should be exciting. 2 exciting games. Oak Ridge is a big rivalry game. It's kind of a shame. Obviously, we're fortunate to be able to play basketball this year and have games because of the pandemic, but it's a shame on the other hand that this would be one of those nights where the gym would be absolutely packed and probably standing room only, because Fulton and Oak Ridge has developed into a good rivalry, and people get excited about it. I think I remember it's been several years ago now, Oak Ridge had a basketball player by the name of T. Higgins who basically won the game single-handedly for Oak Ridge, making a couple of big three-pointers, and of course we all know what he did after that win a national championship as a football player at Clemson and a top draft pick in the NFL for the Cincinnati Bengals. So, that you kind of see great moments like that in games like this.
Yeah, especially with our season coming up to an end for basketball and leading way into like baseball, softball, and I think tennis is coming up a little bit too, isn't it?
Yes, and this is one of the most exciting times of the year. Of course, I coached baseball for a long time and also softball, so I always get a little excited when it gets to the middle of February, because that means practices will start for all the spring sports. And, I guess it was Tuesday that the weather was so nice?
Yeah.
I mean, it felt like baseball weather on Tuesday. It felt like that first feeling of spring, and now it's, back to rain like it seems to always do. During the month of practice that you have for baseball season, it seems like you only get just a handful of days actually on the field. The rest of the time is, you're in the gym or someplace else because of the weather. So that's unfortunate. I do know that the Lady Falcon softball team, they're doing a fundraiser right now to try to raise money. I think they're wanting to try to build maybe an indoor hitting facility down there at Christenberry. I think that's the plan. So they're trying to raise money, and I think from our WKCS Radio Twitter account, if you search our timeline, we retweeted the link to where you can donate to help the Lady Falcon softball team.
Yeah, and I know we're doing the little fundraiser we do. It's called like a hit-a-thon. And so let's say if someone pledges like $1 and I get 10 hits, if I hit a ball 320 foot, then that person gives me $1 for every foot. So it's like if I get an accumulative like 10 people that give me a dime, it'd be like $320.
Okay.
But we've done that every year. Some people have done real good, especially like last year. I think it was Dustin Pickens.
Yep.
He got like $600-700 off of it. And I remember Coach, whenever he coached over at Carnes, he said he almost got like $10,000 in total from all the kids.
Yeah, these and people don't realize the expense of each of these spring sports compared to the limited amount of money you have the opportunity to make as far as gate. And a lot of people also don't understand kind of the economics of how high school sports work. And, people say, well, all the money in the school system goes to sports. Not really, because Knox County does not directly give any money to any sport. Now, the only way that they do is the supplements for the coaches. Now, there's also, facility maintenance, and that all works into it. But as far as, Knox County does not give $20,000 at the beginning of the year to the Fulton baseball team to operate. No, that doesn't happen. So basically the baseball team has to pay its own way, and you consider umpires for each game are pretty expensive. The amount of tickets you sell for each game probably covers maybe the cost of the umpires. So then you have, baseballs that you have to use each and every game. Those are, $50-60 a dozen, and you go through those pretty quick. Uniforms, equipment, travel, each player has to pay insurance. All that money adds up, and all these teams have to do fundraisers in order just to pay the bills. Now, some sports are not as expensive to operate, but they still need to have, money to be able to pay for the things, because again, there is insurance, uniforms, equipment, things of that nature. So it's, helping out in some way, if you feel led, to donate to a sports team to help them with their season is definitely a major help, because it's not like these are cash cows in any shape, form, or fashion, because you consider a sport like tennis, they may not be able to sell tickets for their matches. I'm not completely sure. So that means they have no money coming in. Maybe a track meet may not sell tickets. So the track team, especially if they don't have track meets at home, they don't have a way, to run a concession stand to make money. Of course, you have to have buses, and all that stuff really adds up. And I think the general public doesn't realize the money crunch that goes into running some of these athletic teams. And that goes for, clubs in the school, other activities that we have in the school as well, is that, in order to do things nice for students, things cost money, and there's just not a plethora of money available to fund all these things, so you have to fundraise.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially, I think it was last year. Our Coach McGowan spent almost, I think it was $2,000 to $3,000 on stuff to get the field ready for a season that we played almost two games of, and we didn't even play them at home.
Right.
And
That's the thing about the baseball team is Christenberry is a city park, and the city provides a limited amount of service to maintain the field. So if you want to try to make things a little bit better, then you have to pay for all those things, whether that's field conditioner or sand, chalk, all those things, the implements that you use to work on the field, tarps, things of that nature. So those things are really expensive. I don't think people realize how much all of those things cost. So yeah, the money adds up pretty quick. And again, that's an additional expense that adds into the cost of operating the program beyond the things that you spend on the players.
Yeah, luckily we've been able to go down to Ridley Hilton and play down there, and that field's a lot. It's we'll be honest, it's pretty nice down there. It's not. It's definitely no golden turf and everything like that. But
well, that wasn't that
20
years ago? That was the Knoxville Smokies Stadium.
Yeah.
The big stadium was there, and when I coached, we played games there when they still had the stadium in place, and that was pretty cool to get to play games there. And if folks are new to the area, basically they just knocked the stadium down and kept the field almost intact the way that it was, and they still play games there and keep it in pretty good shape. To where you don't really realize that was a minor league baseball field, just because there's only some aluminum bleachers there. But you can maybe sit back and think of a big stadium all around it like it once was. So it's cool to get to play games there. That's a big field, but it's cool to still have that in our community. Of course, now the big talk is building a stadium downtown, so that the Smokies can come back from Sevierville back to Knoxville. So I think some people are really, really excited about that opportunity to have baseball back in downtown Knoxville.
Yeah, that'd be a big economic thing for especially like downtown. That'd be a big tourist attraction, everything, because I mean downtown's pretty like packed already as it is with tourists, especially before COVID hit. Gay Street was packed to the sidewalks and everything, especially like there's a lot of things down there, especially like for Market Square. You have like the little it's like not even a convention or something, I can't remember what it is, but almost like a flea market thing down there where people go and sell vegetables and little goods and everything like that in the springtime. But I don't know if we're going to be able to do that this year due to like COVID obviously, but I feel like that'd be a good thing. But God only knows where they would put it, because I mean downtown's pretty packed as it is.
Well, it's going to be at the site of the where Knoxville Salvage used to be, so it's going to be kind of close to downtown, kind of close to the old city, sort of around kind of downhill from where the Coliseum is, in that area there. So it would be walking distance of everything downtown, and they're hoping to build some apartments, condos, restaurants, shopping around the stadium itself, so that if people come to a game, they can take advantage of all the businesses that are around there to help bring in money to the city. So that's really exciting. That was the drawback of the old Bill Meyer Stadium, where is now called Ridley Hilton Field, is that it wasn't easy to get in and out of. There was not really businesses around to where, so if you went to a game, you were just going to a game. Which is good for some people, but now the experience is going to be you get to go to a game and eat in a restaurant nearby, and possibly go shopping, and possibly you could live right there where the baseball field is, which I think would be appealing to a lot of people.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool, especially some of the college kids down there. They go to UT.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
If they wanted to just walk right down the road and go see a Smokies game one day.
I think baseball is a sport I think that will do well downtown. You know, the Smokies draw a lot of fans, even to Sevierville, especially, you know, summers and weekends. They get a big crowd, and I think, you know, and some of those are tourists that go to those games because they're in Pigeon Forge for a weekend or something like that. But I do think you're going to have a lot of the downtown people that would come to games. So I think it's a pretty exciting opportunity. Still a couple years down the road, but we'll definitely see it. So I'm excited about that because I'm a big baseball fan and would look forward to having the opportunity to take my family, you know, just downtown after work to a game. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. Well, we're running out of time just a tidbit, so I think that's all we have for the sports segment. Anything else you want to add, Mr. Mays?
Well, just remember, join us tonight for Fulton basketball. Girls game at 6 o'clock, boys at 7:30 on 91.1 FM and also on our YouTube channel, WKCS Radio on YouTube.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mays. Signing off. I hope everyone has a great day and the rest of their morning.